Section 3.1, homework problem number 1, all three parts A and B and C. So let's look at an example. So they want us to write an add to, so pay attention to the type of the addition. So when we give students word problems to do, we want to give them different types of word problems to make sure they can solve real life addition problems and different types. Okay, so first we need to write this type of addition problem that fits naturally with the equation something plus 17 equals 42. And also we need to, so first you got to write down a word problem. Secondly, we have to draw a strip diagram. That's for part A. Okay, so let's go ahead and look at my example. And this actually comes from the textbook. So what I have is, so we want to, let's just say, I want my students to solve a problem like what plus 23. Oh, actually mine is a little different from yours because yours, the first number is unknown, but in my example, oh, I did both of them. So for part A, we don't really, I guess we don't really need this part right here. This is the change unknown. You can go ahead and make sure you understand, of course, both types. So to match with the homework problem 1A, it's this one here, this example right here. Okay. So if I want my students to do a problem like what plus 18 equals 41, what kind of word problems can I give them? So this is what we can do. I can say Rachel had some CDs. Now, because the first number, this is what we call the start. The first number we call the start. In my case, right here, it's start. We don't know. So you can always use the words like some. Rachel had some CDs. Now, after she got, so this word got is very important. Whenever you go get something, you buy something, you cooked more cookies, or somebody gave you something, and this is the, there is a change. So we add 18. So 18, we often call it a change. And one of the types is add to, because you got something from somebody. You're not giving away. If it's giving away, it's like a takeaway problem. But and here is you got some more. So she added 18 more CDs to her collection. And now she had 41. And this number 41 is the what we call the result. All right, so you start with something, and then you added something, and then you got, that's the result after you add something. Okay, and so this question is called a add to problem because we added, because of the word I use is got. And so that's the first part, write down a word problem. This is the word problem I wrote down. And next we're going to draw a strip diagram for this. So here, this is the strip diagram right here. And I guess you don't have to do this because they already gave you that part right there. Okay, so you don't have to do that. So the strip diagram, you can use a box, or you can just use a question mark if you want. So you could just do this. Okay, Rachel had some CDs. We don't know how many. Put a question mark. And then she got 18 more. So you're going to add something, 18 more. How long does it have to be? We don't really know, just a rough picture. So she got 18 more. So we're going to add this to what she had, which is unknown. And now we do know after we added these two, what she had and what she added together, that's 41. So we're going to label that as 41. And we're solving for the question mark. Okay, and so this is how you do question 1A. But for the top example, if it's not for it's not a similar example for 1A, but if they ask you to, let's say ask you to 17 plus what is 42, and then you have to use this example. Okay, but for this case here, oh, actually, yeah, we do have the next question right here. So that's for, that one is for this one here. Okay, so we are going to write also add problem, but it fits naturally with the 17 plus what equals. So the start is given. So we know, so if you look at the question, in my case, I'm writing a question for 23 plus what number is 41. Okay, so we don't really need that. And so now we see that my question, Rachel had 23, so you have 17. After she got, we don't know how many she got because it's a question mark. So after she got some, you can use the word some, more CDs. And after she got some more, she had 41. And how many CDs did she get? So the question we're asking is not how many she had at the beginning, it's how many she got. Now the strip diagram will also be different from the one we had before, because the first one will be, so you're going to start with 23, and then you're going to add some more. We don't know how many we add, put a question mark or the box. But after we add some more, we got 41. So which one is the unknown? That's important. All right, so that's, I'm going to get rid of this because they already have the drawing here. You can use a box or the question mark for the unknown. Now, next part, part C, write a put together. So be careful. Previous two problem examples we wrote are add to. So add to, what type of questions will be add to? Usually you will see the words like got some more, bought some more, somebody gave me some more, or I baked more cookies. So it's like adding something to it. But part C, put together or take apart. You're not going to buy more or somebody gave you more. You already have all of them. But what they are just in different categories. So let's look at an example I have here. So you want to write two problems. I guess I only did one of them. So it's like 23 plus what is 42, or what plus 23. Oh, I'm sorry. In my case, it's not 42, it's 41. In my example, that's 41. I'll use this number. Equals 40, equals 41. Okay, so we want you to write the fits naturally with this one or that one, and also draw strip diagrams or number bound. Okay, so notice that, so you can take a look at my example. Rachel has 41 CDs. And which is the total number of CDs. So I'm going to label that. And it's also, these three numbers are also labeled differently. If you remember, if you see here in an add to problem, the 41 is labeled as a result, because after the change, what's result? But right here, because there's no change, you can see all 41 CDs on her like bookshelf. So this is like the total number of CDs. The total, we don't label it as a result anymore because there's no really no change. But when you are counting, you see all 41 CDs on the bookshelf. So you saw she separated them. One side she has hip hop. So 23 of them are hip hop, and the rest of them are rap. So this is the hip hop, and the rest of them are rap. And notice that it's not, compare this example and the two examples we had before. There's no change. She didn't really go to buy more CDs, or her friends gave her more CDs. There's no change. All the CDs are all, whether it's hip hop or rap, they're already on the bookshelf. They're all there. So that's why we call them put together. So what type of questions are put together? You must use the, two different categories like hip hop and rap, or when you like maybe green apple and red apples, or different category things. But you can not use the words like we did for 1A and B to say something like got some more. Once you use the word got, it's called add to problem or a change problem. It's not going to be put together and take apart. Okay, so again, these two, They look like different questions, but both of them can be solved, by either addition or subtraction. But we do need to make sure our students can solve different types of problems. Okay, so let's see here. So I got the word problem, but you could also say, well, I guess 23 is hip hop. You can also say 23 are rap, and how many hip hop, it doesn't really matter. And now draw a strip diagram. So when we draw a strip diagram, and it's very similar to the add to though. So you have 23, that's hip hop, and then you have something like for rap, and together it's 41. Okay, or if it's you could switch them, put a question mark here, the box here, and 23 here. Total is 41. It doesn't matter. So these two numbers, they're pretty much the same. They don't really have a difference. So when we name this, we just call them addend. Both of them call it addend, because hip hop or rap, really not much difference. I'm not talking about it music wise, but in our mathematical they are just one of the numbers categories. So we call them addend. But the add to problem, these two numbers are different. So how many you start with and how many you added. So these are different concepts. Okay, you could also do a number bound instead of using paper strip, and you just write down the total up there, and you split as 23 hip hop and how many are the rap CDs. So it's kind of similar to that, except we don't use strips. You could just put 41 can be split as 23 and plus how many. So that's why we call it put together, because you put them combined together, you got 41.